our 9th episode. We're going to be making some recipes that you have requested, and my grandpa's going to go through some of those requests with you in just a little bit, but we're going to make some fun end of summer recipes, stuff you can use to hang out with your friends, and it's easy and quick. So we're going to get started.
Okay. We've gotten a whole bunch of nice phone calls and emails and all kinds of stuff, and I just pulled out a few of them here because we wanted to try to do some of these things. I'll just read these to you real quick. Donna L. said she really liked the recipe for the no-bake key lime pie, but my husband needs to watch his sugar. Do you have any no-bake, low, or sugar-free pies?
We got
have one today.
Covering it.
Beth G. says, I always make kidney bean salad for carry-ins and picnics, but I am always concerned since I use mayo about spoilage, food poisoning, especially if it sits out for any length of time. Going to take care of you, Beth.
Got it.
We got another one. Somebody wants chicken fried steak. Somebody said that they really enjoyed the pasta recipes, especially the puttanesca. Want more? We'll do more pastas for you. Blistered tomatoes, the guy says, were really great. He has an abundance of cherry tomatoes, and he has ways for searching to use them, and he's made it several times. And then Beth G says, I want some more of those great recipes for breakfast, like the breakfast lasagna. So,
and we're going to show you how
we'll
to
take
use
care of that,
tomatoes
people.
today, too.
Yeah. So,
Am I up?
You're up.
I'm
You're
up.
it.
All right. Well, I'm going to make a little rustic sandwich here. A tomato, Gruyere, thyme, ham, baguette with some goat cheese and arugula. I'm going to do all kinds of fun stuff with that. But so I'll just get started. Basically, I grab my handy-dandy little paintbrush. You can get these at the hardware store, your dime store, whatever. Great tool to have in your kitchen.
And they'll sell those to you at, regular, your department stores, but you're going to spend $5 on
go to the dollar store.
Go to the dollar
Just
store.
get a regular paintbrush.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint 2 pieces of ciabatta bread. I switched the bread up from the recipe. It wanted a French baguette, and I thought I had ciabatta, so I'm using ciabatta.
See, what I do is I do these recipes, and then I give it to him to do for the show, and then he changes it.
Change them all of it.
I do. I change them all the time. And even when we're done, I experiment and I put additional stuff on there later. So what I've done is I painted both sides of the bread. Now I'm going to put down some nice little thick slices of mozzarella down here so we get it all ooey gooey and cheesy. Okay?
Yeah, you did change it.
Yes, I did change it. Okay.
This is what we discussed.
Then I'm going to take some ham from our favorite little shopping center down in Wakarusa, Indiana, Grandma's. What is it? Grandma's Kitchen? Yeah.
Grandma's Pantry.
Grandma's Pantry. Kitchen, pantry.
Says it's his
And
favorite.
this is off the bone.
My
This is
favorite.
off the bone ham from Grandma's. And I'm going to give it 3 really good slices here on top. Now, if you watched the show before, we like our cheese. And here I have some shredded Parmesan and Gruyere. Gruyere.
However you say it.
However I said it. We make mistakes. We're real here, so I'm going to
It's not
sprinkle.
one French cheese.
Yeah, it's a French cheese. And I'm going to sprinkle some of that on top of the ham, just a little bit, so that when I put my tomatoes on, that they adhere real well. So I cut some Roma tomatoes, a little bit thicker. You can use cherry tomatoes, but I thought since I'm making this sandwich today, there is a nice piece of Roma on top.
He changed everything.
I did. I changed everything. I told you I did. Now, again, keeping with tradition, I'm going to go a little bit more of my cheese spread.
Can you use grape tomatoes?
You can use grape tomatoes. I would suggest
There's your
using
grape tomato.
grape tomatoes and your yellow, sweeter tomatoes
Ooh, yeah.
on this as well. It would be really, really good.
Some heirloom tomatoes.
So now I've got those on there. I'm going to dot this with some black olives up on top. And we're going to get that all set. Yummy. Just make sure you're trying to give everybody a bite of everything there. All right. Now, on the top part, I'm going to put a little shaved garlic. I took a garlic clove and I just shaved it down real thin. And I'm just going to kind of drop a few pieces on there. You can rub it in a little bit to get it in with the oil, but I like it to be a little bit garlicky there. And
We like to give our guests bad.
yeah, we love to give the guests bad breath. And again, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of cheese on top of that, just to hold that garlic on there. Okay, then on top of that,
It's got everything, this sandwich.
oh yeah, this sandwich has got it all. Now I've taken some, called for black peppercorns, but I like the green peppercorns that come in the oil a little bit better. There you go, camera, can you see that? And the reason I like these better is because they're in the oil. They have a lot bigger peppery flavor than just a dry ground black pepper.
It tastes like capers.
A little bit. They're not as salty as capers, but they are peppers. Peppercorns and capers are all part of the same family.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've got is I took those peppers and I mashed them into kind of a sauce, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to dollop it on top of the sandwich. And don't be too concerned if some of them roll off. You got that going?
Doesn't take too many of them to
No,
make
it
taste.
doesn't. There you go. Then, now that we've got all that cheese going on, I've got some goat cheese here. And I'm going to spread a little goat cheese on the top.
More cheese.
More cheese on the top slice. Having made this before, I like to have a lot of cheese, but I also like to have cheeses with a little bit different flavors in it. And goat cheese is just going to give it that funk, if you will.
Yeah.
Going to give it a little bit of tang. And
Wait a minute, I want to look that up in the kitchen dictionary.
What, funk?
Funk is there.
funk is there. Well,
Can you
and then
define
the
that?
yeah, and the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to throw another word at you haven't heard in a while. I'm going to get a little bit of thyme here, fresh thyme, out of my, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of fresh thyme on the top slice. Again, it's going to melt in there, and it's just going to give it that herbaceousness.
Yeah, I knew he was going to use a big word.
Here it comes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you really can't use them in our group unless you can spell it. But I don't think you can.
Herbaceous? No, I can't spell that.
I see talking really simple.
So now that I've got that all going on, we've got it all stacked up, I'm going to slide it into the oven. I'm going to turn it over to Tom here to make some bean salad while this is cooking up. And then we'll get this all plated with the bean salad and give you a nice...
First of all, well, there he is. Couldn't find the cameraman. We have a couple guests, new neighbors, Tina and John. They just moved in next door, so we kind of have trees that we can't. He can be on the deck and I can be on the deck. We can't see each other, but we can hear each other, so we can talk back and forth. I noticed something about him. I hollered over every time I hollered over. It said, "What are you cooking on the grill?" He's cooking steak. So, I mean, it's always steak. So I'm going to move over there. Anyway, we're going to make you a bean salad.
All right.
Okay, we have 2 cans, 16-ounce cans. Of course, they're only 15 and a half now, 15.5. These used to be 16 when I was a kid. I've done about a half a red pepper and a little yellow pepper. Throw that in there. 4 green onions, some celery. When you're chopping up your celery, please don't throw those leaves away on the top. Those leaves, they got more flavor than the white part of the celery. That way. A little parsley. A little of that dill pickle relish, about 1/3 of a cup.
Is that a sweet relish?
No, that's dill.
Oh,
I mean,
that's right.
what I thought I said. Didn't I say that?
You did.
Help me, Amanda.
You did. That was my
And that's okay. That's the way we do it, too.
Gosh,
Just
she'll
a little
never
old
come
plain
back here.
white vinegar,
Got
just
the
about
attitude from the
tablespoon. We need a couple tablespoons of olive oil. That's probably a couple right there. A little salt and pepper. And how are you with spicy stuff?
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is not spicy.
No, don't use that dry stuff. Use the fresh stuff.
Well, I'm going to put that on top. I'm going to put a little dill in, a little dry dill, and a few red pepper flakes, like that. And we'll just mix this up. Now this needs to be in the refrigerator for at least a couple of hours so that it kind of gets to know itself, as we say. So I have made one earlier today, so we'll just slip this one out of the way here and go over here and grab the one in the refrigerator here. It's been sitting in there for a few hours, so it is ready to go. Okay, and Brock?
I'm just about ready to put the finishing touches on the sandwich here. Now this was in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes just to get the cheese to start to brown and melt. Huh?
What temperature?
425. Okay, so I'm going to top this with a little bit of fresh arugula. And again, arugula, a lot of people are scared of arugula. They don't think it looks very good, or they're not quite sure what it tastes like, so they never use it. To be honest, it's a peppery lettuce. So this sandwich has a lot of pepper action going on in it, but it's very mild. When I tried it in the past, I thought, well, maybe the arugula is going to give it too much pepper, but you don't really use a lot of it. And then the finishing touch on this is cooking together. Generations took a little road trip yesterday on Saturday, and we went up to Three Oaks, Michigan, and we went to Journeyman Distillery. And we got a charcuterie board that had this fantastic stone ground mustard on it. And I thought, well, they sell everything else, so they probably sell this. Well, the waitress came to the table, and I asked her if they sold it, and she said, no, our chef makes that. So Amanda quickly reaches into her purse, grabs a business card out, and says, well, that's really good. We'll give you a plug if we can get some. So the chef was kind enough to send out a huge container of this. I got enough of this to last me for quite a while. It is a bourbon stone ground mustard, and it is super fantastic. So I'm going to spread. This is not
that place?
Huh?
And where was that place?
Journeyman Distillery in Three Oaks, Michigan. You can
It's a
find them
nice
on the
trip.
web, Google it.
It's a cool place.
Great food, shops, all kinds of stuff there.
We got every appetizer on the menu.
Yes, we ate
And we ate all of it.
we ate 8 appetizers on the menu, and they were all fantastic. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this stone ground mustard and spread it around on the bread. Whoop. And don't be concerned if your bread has holes in it, because, you know, a good bread's probably got a lot of air in it, and it's going to be really crusty and yummy. So there we have it. Then you take your tops of your sandwiches, and you just flip it over. Press it down, flip it over, press it down, and then what I'm going to do is, there's my plates over there.
Everything, you're all set.
You're all set, and I'm going to bring them over here.
While you're doing that, Amanda's on.
I'm going to cut these up while Amanda's making up a dessert.
All right. So, our key lime pie was such a success that we thought we would do another no-bake pie for you. This time it's going to be essentially sugar-free. So if you've got anyone who's sugar-free in your family, or you're sugar-free yourself, this is going to be totally safe for you to eat. The only sugar that's in it is in our pie crust here, and this is a walnut pie crust, which I think is just the coolest thing ever, and it is so tasty. And it's only got 1 gram of sugar, so that's the only sugar in this dish. So what we've got started here is some pistachio pudding. You just follow the directions on your box. 2 cups of milk with the pudding packet, and that's going to get this, and it's going to take only a couple minutes to set before it gets kind of creamy like this. It is green to start with, but I'm going to add a couple more drops of green food coloring just to make it really fun and fancy. I'm just so pumped about this being green to begin with. It's so fun.
So we could make that for Christmas or St.
Patrick's Day.
Or Tuesday.
Tuesday, any day.
Whatever.
Any day ending in Y.
So mix that in real good. Get a little more green color in there. And then what we're gonna do is we are gonna mix our pudding with 8 ounces of light sugar-free Cool Whip or whipped topping into your mixing bowl here. Get all the good stuff out here.
Your sous chef is right here doing it. Okay.
Oh yeah, here.
Don't hand it to me.
Trash man, take that please. All right, and then we're gonna fold this pudding into our whipped cream. And I talked to you about folding the last time when we made the key lime, and that just means you're gonna literally fold it in. You don't want to stir too hard or you're gonna lose all your fluffiness of your whipped cream. It's gonna go flat. Nobody wants that. All right, into my bowl. Get this all folded together, and this pudding already has some chunks of pistachios in it, which I think is pretty cool. But we're gonna add some more on top here in just a second. Get this all mixed together. Look at that, doesn't that just look fun?
Yes,
I just
that
love
looks
this
fun.
green.
Yes, that looks fun.
This is how you get your kids to eat stuff that they might not eat regularly. You know, you don't have to tell them that it's pistachios or nuts, it's just green pie.
Or Gruyere.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them what kind of cheese it is.
This
They'll
is
eat
cheese.
it. This is cheese. All right, so we're gonna pour this into our pie crust here. Get all of it in there. Oh yeah. Spread that around. Make sure it looks nice and fluffy. Then I have got a 1/4 cup of shelled crushed pistachios. We're just gonna sprinkle that over the top. Oh, cameraman hand always comes in at some point in the episode. It's like our secret Easter egg. You have to look for it every episode. All right, look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look great? So colorful. And we've got one in the fridge. Ooh, already ready. Look at that. All right. They always give me this hard stuff to cut, so yeah.
The magic of TV, we have a magic refrigerator, a magic oven. What else have we used? Magic blender.
Magic blender. Got the magic crock pot.
Magic crock pot. We got all the magician's tools.
All right. Get you out a piece here. Have you dug into that sandwich yet? Is there being
Oh, yeah.
so?
You'll have us captivated.
Oh,
Captain.
I'm captivated.
That's a new one. That's the first
Alright.
time
Oh, wait,
it's
wait,
audience.
wait. I can't spell it. I can't.
That's all right. Write that down. We captivated somebody.
Put this on your plate here, and then we're going to add an extra dollop of whipped cream onto here. I'm going to stir this up.
Now, is that whipped cream or is that Cool Whip?
Well, Cool Whip is the brand.
Whipped topping.
We don't have a deal with them, so don't bill us.
Not
please.
yet.
Little Cool Whip on top, whipped cream, whatever. It's like Kleenex, you know, like it's not called tissue. Everybody just calls it Kleenex. And then a little dollop of mint here. A little mint. There you go. No bake pistachio pie. Super easy. It just goes in the freezer for a couple hours and then it's ready to eat. So there it is.
Yummy.
There you go.
Ladies first.
Okay.
All
Good to
right.
be a girl.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
So anyhow, I guess I should talk about the cookbook. Is we just approved
first,
the
yeah.
final proof. I've got to find the camera, but there, we just approved the final proof. So all you people have a cookbook ordered. Probably ship about a week or 10 days from now. So for all you people that haven't ordered a cookbook yet, and you want to take advantage of the pre-publication price, you've got until next weekend. When we do this show next weekend, that'll be the last time you get a chance to buy it at the pre-publication price and save yourself $4 or $5. Okay? And remember, the proceeds are going to breast cancer. And we got anything else? Did I forget anything, guys?
I think so. Order
No.
that cookbook.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Good.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
What'd you think, John?
Haven't dug in yet.
Well, dig in. Okay. I guess
We gotta have crowd reviews.
I guess we have what we call. John didn't fall out of his chair. Must be okay.
Must be all right.
Good.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah, that's the sound I was waiting for.
We have a wrap, I guess.
Yeah.
As big boys call it, a wrap. Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Keep cooking together.